पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनान् मृत्युर्मुक्षीयमामृतात्।
Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya.
त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनान् मृत्युर्मुक्षीयमामृतात्।
Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya.
त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम्। सहनावतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्ति। ॐ असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मामृतङ्गमय। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। గుడ్ ఈవినింగ్ అందరికీ 76వ స్వాతంత్ర దినోత్సవ శుభాకాంక్షలు. 76th Independence Day greetings to you all. So morning we sang Jana Gana Mana and it was a different atmosphere. It's a great occasion for every citizen of the country to remind himself or herself of the great sacrifices made by our forefathers. As I mentioned in my last prayer meeting, we don't really understand, because only when you are oppressed, suppressed, and when you are under an autocratic regime, you understand how important freedom is for a human being. Not just food, clothing, and shelter. A basic longing of a human being is to live in a free society where you can live fearlessly, where you have that freedom of expression, okay, where you have the right to vote, where you have the right to choose your leader, where if you are oppressed, you can go to a court and seek protection from the courts. So you want all the laws to be implemented equally, in the sense that no discrimination made against any citizen on the basis of religion, caste, or creed, or region, or the language he or she speaks. So in such a free society, everybody wants to live. Okay, there are so many countries where such freedom is not obtained, where such freedom is not available. Though in terms of material prosperity, in terms of physical arrangements, in terms of comforts and conveniences. They may be better placed than us. We have poverty in our country. You see, India is one of the poor countries, but they are not happy there. Why? Because freedom is not there. They are not happy because they are better placed than us. They have more money, they have more amenities, but they are not happy. Somebody was telling yesterday, in an African country, he was recently in an African country. He was telling me to the capital city of the country, even to walk alone, is full of fear, even for the locals also, not for foreigners. Foreigners, of course, they fear. A capital city, you can't just walk like that. Either you have to use your car or you have to be in somewhere, in a restaurant or a hotel where actually is well protected. You can't just walk like in India, he was telling. India is still the least policed country in the world. Okay, the least crime exists only in India. Compared to New York or Mumbai, there are a lot of poverty and a lot of slums are there. But if you just see the crime rate, New York has more crime rate than Mumbai. Somehow this theory of law of karma, people they are poor but they are not criminals. They don't envy the people who have money. If they all envy, if they were to feel jealous of the people who had money, they would become thieves, they would become robbers. This police system cannot really control. But the individual, though is poor, he actually resigns to his fate, saying that because of my karma, I am like this. So he doesn't feel jealous of a rich man, jealous of a man who has more wealth. So that's why, compared to many other countries, so though there is poverty here, crime rate is very less. So leave that as it may. So now we are celebrating 75 years of political independence, great achievement. And of course, the last 7 decades, we have achieved so much. We have to congratulate ourselves for all that we have achieved on so many fronts. Okay? Life expectancy of an average Indian in 1947 was 32 years. Today it is 70. Thanks to the medical facilities, thanks to development of science. Maternal mortality rate for 1 lakh births at that time, it used to be 2000. That means for every 1 lakh births, 2000 mothers used to die, maternal mortality rate. Today it is 102. So from 2000 to 102, we have brought it down. So again, thanks to health, thanks to the medical facilities that are available today. On so many fronts, from sports to space, from health to agriculture, what we have achieved is really great, definitely. We have to congratulate ourselves for all that we have achieved in the last 7 decades. At the same time, we all know that there are problems like unemployment, corruption, population problem, environmental degradation. Okay, there are so many other issues, definitely. But it's very important that we celebrate first. It's very important that we cherish what we have got. Okay, we expect more, we want more, we have the right to aspire for more, better amenities, better comforts, better life, better quality life, definitely. But at the same time, if you don't cherish what you already have, you will never become happy in life. That's why this is a very momentous occasion for us, okay, to celebrate this 76th year of independence. The reason is, when you become conscious of what you have, that it is a great achievement in itself, then there is scope for you to be happy. But today, if you just see the society, people are not happy because they don't cherish what they already have. Only when you're deprived of that, you understand, you long for it. That's what I'm saying. Political freedom, it's a kind of dream for many people in the world today. They are longing for that, they are aspiring for that. Because they compare themselves with the other countries, democratic countries, and they are longing for that, but they can't protest. They can't come onto the street and we want democracy, we want self-rule. If they come out onto the street, they will be jailed. Because the countries are run by dictators, autocrats. So that's that way, what we are enjoying is, freedom is a very important quality. That's a very important aspiration of human beings. Only when you are deprived of it, you know how important it is. You will feel suppressed, you will feel suffocated in those societies. But at least that is not there. You are living in a free India, least police state, I say at the same time. And also, you just see, though there is so much of corruption in the society, not many are jailed, right? The least punishment also. Okay, that's why it's a free country. You don't have the fear of law. People actually regularly they break laws, regularly violate laws, but nobody goes to jail. Is there any other country like this? You go to Singapore, you just spit on the road, you will be fined. Second time, if you spit on the road, they will jail you, put you in jail. Here you just see on road, How they do? They eat gutka, and you just go to north actually, UP, Bihar. Okay, every hotel and every railway station you just see corners. Every there they are spitting, right? In any other country, if you do that, third time if you are caught, they will put you in jail. You know, you have to live in fear of law there. But here, actually, that's in a way you're so free. Okay, there's no other country. You know, go to America. No, the laws are very strict. They're too strict. If if you take your dog outside, okay, so you have to remove its shit. Okay, you are taking your dog on a stroll. If you don't remove that, municipality people will fine you. So, but today here, you leave your pets, you leave your stray cattle, just like that, they also roam along with us. So there is no other country, where actually you can transgress law and you can remain like that. Every day there are fines or you will be put in jail. And also driving, they are very strict with regard to issuing licenses in many countries. Unless you are expert and competent driver, you will not get license. It's very easy to get a driving license in India. So many ways we enjoy enormous freedom in this country. I want you all to cherish that. Only when you go and live in those countries and come back, you understand the greatness of your mother India. Right? There are both positive and negative sides to that. So the next aspiration should be for all of us to remove corruption. Okay? What we need to do for that? Government is doing its best. They say that if you convert everything into digital India, as the Prime Minister is trying to push it, so that actually there will be more transparency. India scores very less on transparent governance actually. There are countries like Norwegian countries, like Scandinavian countries, Denmark, Sweden, Finland, the least corruption. New Zealand, absolutely transparent government. You don't have to give bribe anywhere. Okay? The living conditions are much, much better than, So this corruption is a scourge that is eating into the vitals of the nation. So we need to have this aspiration, how to make India a corruption-free state, a corruption-free nation. What I have to do for that? You just think, you just reflect. So that will be possible only when you aspire for the genuine freedom, the real freedom, spiritual freedom, the kind of freedom for which people like Vivekananda and Buddha and Ramana Maharshi had aspired and attained. That is actually the real freedom. That's why Swami says, political freedom, freedom in economic sphere, freedom in social sphere, that will not solve the problem forever for human beings unless your character changes, where actually you reduce your wants, minimize your wants, then actually you will have more time, more resources at your disposal to serve your fellow human beings. Today there is a lot of corruption, and because of corruption, greed also is there. I don't need that much, but greedily I want to grab more. Why? Because I don't know what else to do. That kind of impulses, that greed can be checked only through spirituality. Only when truth becomes your goal, God becomes your goal, okay, you will be interested in dharma, practicing dharma. Then you will be honest. So we need to create people who are passionate about practicing dharma, people who are sincere, people who are honest, people who are ethical, people who are moral, people who actually love Mother India. So the whole country, as morning Surya Rao sir was telling, the whole country you should make your family. If somebody asked Vivekananda, Swamiji, you are a sannyasin, you are talking about nationalism and Deshabhakti, what is this? You should be a universal human being, you should be talking about internationalism. Swami Vivekananda said, somebody who cannot love his own mother, how he can love other mothers? It's not possible. So first love your own country, first love your people, love your society, then actually try to love the whole mankind. Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, we say the entire world is our family. But before actually you reach to that, love here, show some passion, show some commitment. At least try to become a honest and sincere human being, citizen of the country. That itself actually is that tribute that you can pay to this mature. Thank you. Nice evening, Amma.